Hi, you guys. It is Thursday, April 16th, 2015. My name is Doris, and this is the Knit and Purl podcast, episode 47, Trying New Things. You can find the show notes for this podcast on Knit and Purl, that's Pearl, Doris.blogspot.com. In social media, I am One Fine Cow on Ravelry and Twitter. I am One Fine Design, the number one, on Facebook and Etsy. And I am Doris M. Smith, all smushed together on Instagram. If you are new to this podcast, thank you so much for stopping by. I grab your drink of choice and your craft of choice and relax and enjoy. And I hope that you find some entertainment and inspiration, and that if you do, you can go over here, hit that red subscribe button, and you'll get notifications when there's another podcast, and go over here and click that thumbs up button. And I would thank you so much. You could also leave comments in the comment section below. Say hello. Tell me how you found me. Whatever. Correct me if I'm wrong. And for you who keep coming back, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you. Appreciate your support. I appreciate you just coming back and dealing with me every week. Thank you. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Purl podcast group. And this week we have two new members of the group. We have JV's 2, who is Joanne. She's in the United States. I'm not going to even try to pronounce where she's from. It was an S and it had some letters all together that I didn't know how to pronounce. So anyway, she's from the United States. Joanne, you can comment below and tell me where you're located if you want to. And we have OCD Barter, who is Laura, and she's from Blossburg, PA. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining the group. Make yourself at home and, start a thread if you want to, ask questions. Just make yourself at home. Chat it up. Also, we do a birthday shout out, and this week we have 3 birthdays coming up. Today's birthday is Karen, who is, and I'm just going to spell it, GEHIRNLO 522. Karen, happy birthday. I hope you had a wonderful day. And we have Owl's Flight, who is Angela. Her birthday is Saturday. Happy birthday, Angela. And we have Sarah Hepworth, S. Epworth, who is Sarah. And her birthday is next Tuesday. Happy birthday, you guys. I hope you had a wonderful, or will have a wonderful birthday, that you will get to spend time with family and friends, that you'll get good gifts, and you'll eat cake. My birthday's coming up. I'm eating cake. YouTube this week, we have 241 subscribers at last check. And I thank you guys so much for watching, for thumbsing up, for subscribing, for commenting. Thank you so, so much. This podcast also has a April knit along or crochet along. It is a finished objects thread. The rules are that you must be a member to qualify for prizes of the group, the Ravelry group. The objects are started on or after April 1st and be finished by April 30th. Limit 2 per person. Chatter is welcome and encouraged. And the prize for this is, I decided that it would be these skeins of sock yarn, which they're both 50-gram balls, make a sock. And it doesn't look like it, but they are the same dye lot. They're just wound different, so they look kind of different. This was donated by a lovely friend of the podcast. These will be the gift for the April, plus there's going to be a couple little extra added things from me. So get those objects posted, finished and posted. Now, I know there are some handbrake cows that are finished out there. Get them posted. So, the story of the week. trying new things. You know that project, that pattern, or that technique that you've been wanting to try, but it seems too scary. So you don't try it and you leave it sitting as an unfinished project or a pattern that you bought months ago. So you just don't try it because you're afraid of failing. So this week on Tuesday, I was like sitting down, came into my little computer craft room area, and I was thinking about the podcast, and I spotted the fiber on my wheel that I had not done anything with yet. Now, I finished spinning it a week ago Saturday, and I read or watched some pod tutorials, about chain plying, and they recommended that you let it rest for a week. Well, mine had been resting for over a week, and I hadn't done anything with it. So I had time Tuesday, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm sorry, my nose is like, got some wool or something in it. So Tuesday, I got everything ready. I had some leftovers from other spinning projects. So I put them together, and I put them on a bobbin, and I put on a video for chain ply, and I learned how to do it, so to speak. With the first one, I don't have that. It was overspun, and it was just like, this is my practice, so it's like gone. I threw it away. So then I got the bobbin, got it prepared, and I kept watching it a little bit, and then I just started doing it. Now, I don't know if I did it correctly. First time. It was kind of overspun, overplied. It was like, real active. So I washed it, soaked it, thwacked it, and then I hung it to dry with a little weight added to kind of stretch it out. So you'll see that in finished objects. So that was done, and so there's a few other things that I've been putting off. I bought the Bakery Bears pattern several months ago, and I haven't touched it because I'm afraid. I'm afraid that I'm going to mess it up, that I'm not going to be able to do it. And I wanted to do it justice because it is a beautiful pattern. So, yeah. Enough procrastination and not doing because I'm afraid of failing. I need to just do it. So that's going to be something that's on the needle soon. Also, another thing that I need to tackle that I've been putting off is getting this exercise thing down. I haven't exercised this week or last week. I've been being lazy, and my diet hasn't been going well. I mean, I haven't been that far over my calories, but I've not been eating as clean as I need to. I've got some fluid retention from eating some processed stuff, convenient stuff. It's so much easier when you're making a meal for the family to just like, oh, that's not got a lot of calories. I'll just eat that and eat a salad or eat that. So I feel bloated this week. You can see my fingers, they're kind of bloaty, and because I've had an increase of salt from places that I know they're there, but it was just more convenient to eat that rather than to really focus on it. And so I need to get back together. So I almost didn't do the health pearl this week, and I thought, you know what? I'm not the only one suffering and afraid of failing and not doing it. You know what? We're all human. We're all going to eat something we're not supposed to. We just got to keep going. So today's health pearl is kind of funny. Links in the show notes. I'm not going to read it all. It is kind of funny. So I thought I would share it anyway. It is, okay. The title is, for the health pearls this week, I recommend that you go over to the show notes, click on the link. It is funny, and it's good reading, and it's good information. And, the title is 24 Habits That Are Obviously Sabotaging Your Diet. You Dingleberry. Seriously, that's the title. Ew, Dingleberry. So, 24 Habits. I'm going to kind of read through it, but I recommend you going over and reading it because all of us do this. The number one thing is eating the free food. You know, I have friends that go to Sam's Club on Saturday just to have the buffet of all the free foods. So they're talking about grocery store samples, you know, little treat samples at the mall, restaurants that have bread and chips and salsa, the hotels that have chocolate on your bed at night, bars have like the bar mix or the olives or the buttered popcorn, and at the office, free birthday cake and all of that. Number two is there's a video of a competition eater doing this, eating fast, eating stuff in your face. Number three is procrastinating near a food source. You know, you got to do something and you just keep putting it off, and so you roam around and you just eat everything in sight. And they said if you're an office procrastinator, it might be time to clean out the chocolate drawer and stop stocking ho-hos in the kitchen cabinet. Eating on number four is eating on a Hodor size plate. I recommend looking because it's so funny. Some of the stuff that is in here it's funny. It makes us laugh at ourselves. Number five, conveniently keeping the serving dish 2 inches away from your plate, so it's easier for you to grab seconds. Being reckless about the first thing that goes in your mouth. She recommends that you wait and sit down and eat your salad and your stuff, because when you're hungry, those healthier things seem to taste better and are, you know, better. They taste better. Honestly, sometimes not so much. Just being honest. Being popular can sabotage, because it says that going out to eat with a friend, sometimes you eat 35% more because you're talking and you're just not, you know, paying attention. So it's not a great thing to eat as a social occasion. And number 8 is choosing terrible friends. Friends that aren't supportive of your goals. Number 9 is eating your water. And what they say is that sometimes when you feel hungry, your body is wanting water more than food. So drink first, making sure that you're hydrated and that you may not really be hungry, but you just may need to be drinking. And the number 2 is drinking your food. 9B, drinking your food. Drinking the high calorie stuff like smoothies and stuff, and then also eating a meal. Not good. Drinking your food. Be careful what you're drinking. Binge drinking your food, meaning alcohol can be a saboteur of your diet. And it gives a link on 3 ways that alcohol can sabotage your diet. Doing any of these things is number 11, and they have a list of anything that involves diet pills, ear stapling, eating cotton balls. No, thank you. Chugging water before meals, and it says chewing food and then spitting it out. They say you have an eating disorder and you need to get help. And juice cleansing to the extreme is not a good thing. Number 12 is always feeling entitled to dessert. Can also sabotage you. Viewing food as an enemy. You need to think about your food as fuel, and you need to eat the good, clean stuff to be better, instead of viewing it as your enemy and you can't eat anything. 14, the must clean plate syndrome. We all have that as a kid. Going to the grocery store like, I'll see what I want when I get there. Not a good thing. Planning is something very important. And number 16 is going anywhere near the grocery store when you're on your third day of a juice cleanse. It just says nope. 17. Mistaking a cheat day for a binge day. Number 18. Using your workout as an excuse to eat garbage. I ran 5 miles. I'm eating some French fries. Not a good thing. Missing out on your beauty sleep. This is me. Whatever. I'm not getting my sleep. 20. Saying I'll start tomorrow as an excuse to do something unhealthy. The fourth meal, number 21, is not a good thing. And it says, thank you, Taco Bell, for doing that. 22. Equating your dynamic stressed class as the boot camp class. You're not burning as much calories, so be careful. We have a co-host today. Hopefully he will be good. And it says being lenient around which life event merits celebrating. And number 24 in the final one, and we'll move on to the yarny goodness. Stocking up on the organic cheesy cheese doodles and fat-free Oreos. The gist is junk food is junk food. So anyway, I recommend going and looking at it. It's fun and it gives you good information. And now, that is enough of that. Sorry. Thank you for bearing with me. I wouldn't mind having some encouragement because things are not going well, but I'm okay. I have the tools I need. It's just that I have to use them. So stash this week. I have a little bit of stash. And it's Walmart stash, so just so you know. I got a couple of single fat quarters. It's a blue. For projects secret kind of projects. Blue and pink. And I bought 3 skeins of Cairn Simply Soft, and the color is Gray Heather, for an object you'll see in my works in progress. So I bought 3 skeins, and I bought some pretty little buttons. If you can see them. Aren't they pretty? Big buttons. I love them. So that's the stash. Okay. Finished objects. I have 2. We'll start with the da-da-da-da. I think they turned out very well. Okay, so I started doing the chain ply, and the white is just my ties. So, Pete, no, that is not supper. I started and I was like doing the chain ply, and I wasn't really sure. Like I said, it was over plying. Okay, Pete, no. Down, down, down. Pete, down. Wait. Give me 10 more minutes. Okay. So it was being overplied. It was like real energized. So I had a break and I'm like, okay, that gives me a chance. I can regroup. And so I did. I rested. I regrouped. I got it together. But this is the first one. I don't think it looks too bad for my first time chain ply. This is 66 yards. So it's not bad. And then I regrouped, I restarted, and it was still, like I said, it was overplied. So it was really energized. So it required me to put a weight on it when I was letting it dry to have it stretch out. But I think it turned out good. And the plan with these, it's like a gray. I want to like over dye it with some cherry Kool-Aid. I want to try the dyeing again, and I keep looking at this thinking, wouldn't that be so pretty with cherry Kool-Aid? And I need to do some more research because when I Kool-Aid dyed my Clonforest roving that I'd spun, it got a little like felty and was sticky. So I'm wondering, with the Kool-Aid, do you have to cook it? I don't know. Somebody help me out. Do I have to cook the Kool-Aid dye, or can I just soak it in the Kool-Aid water? I don't know. There that is. And my final work in progress, or not work in progress, but finished object is my lovely handbrake cowl. It has been finished. It has been soaked and blocked and the ends woven in, and it turned out exactly as I wanted it to. Exactly. I love it. The one thing about using quality products when you're knitting is that you get a beautiful piece like this. Wow. This is my hand spun. Now let's just start with the this is the handbrake cowl, which is a bot pattern on Ravelry from Dan and Kay of the Bakery Bears. It is like I paid $1.50 for this pattern, and all the proceeds go to cancer research. It is beautiful. I know you've heard about this. I recommend it. I did not make the total pattern because I didn't want it to be real high up, and I wanted to be able to stretch it to make it lay the way I wanted it to. I love this pattern. It is an easy pattern, a fun pattern. The yarn is my hand spun from Yarn Geek Fibers. It is a BFL and Firestar, and the color is called Lady Godiva. So it's a kind of creamy, and if you can't really see it, but there's sparkles in it too. I am very proud of this spin. And I'm very proud that this turned out so pretty. So go to Ravelry, buy this pattern, because I know that you have somebody that has been affected by cancer. You have someone in your life, and you've been affected by cancer. This is a very worthy prize, and you get this beautiful object to wear or give for Christmas gifts or whatever. Recommend this pattern. Like I said, it's awesome. And I said last week, I feel like royalty when I wear it. Yes, I do. Pete, what are you doing? You must be quiet now. You must be quiet. Okay. So that is all of my finished objects. I was hoping that I would have one more finished object, but it did not happen. So we're going into the works in progress. Come on, color. Get back to normal. Okay. So my Ricky hat. I am on the crown decreases. I'm so close to being done, but I didn't get done. But this is a free pattern on Ravelry by Sarah Young. It's knit on US 4s, 3.5, and US... Wait a minute, is that true? US... That's the handbrake. US 4s... I'm sorry. Let me make sure I get this right. US 4s, 3.5, and US 7s, 4.5. Circular needles. I use the 40-inch circular to do magic loop. The yarn is Red Heart Boutique Unforgettable, and the colorway is Cappuccino. It is in my bag by Heather. The links to her Etsy store in the show notes. Is that pretty? It's pink and it has sheep. Heather, it's called H Unique Accessories, HUA.etsy.com. I love this pattern. This is an awesome hat, an awesome pattern. This is my third one, and there will be more in my future. I like the way this yarn is knitting up into a Ricky hat. It's very airy on top, very airy and roomy. See that? Oh, I love it. Do I put it on my head? I usually do 8 inches, with the pattern calls for 9 inches. Let me see if I can get it on my head, and you'll just have to deal with my hair afterwards. So it's like it calls to do 9 inches, and I can't tell, but I do 8 inches, and it's still super slouchy and nice. Can you see it? I love this hat. If you have not knit this hat, this is another one. And it's free. And it's beautiful. It fits really snug and nice, but not too snug around the head. If you don't mind knitting and purling, you knit 1 row, you purl 1 row. Simple. You start out with the smaller needles down here, so you got the snug factor, and then you got the bigger ones here and this material for this hat, you saw how drapey it was. So I'm looking forward to getting this finished. I love it. And I'm sure I'm going to be knitting a lot more. And hoping that other people that I gift them to love them as much as I do. Okay. So I'm using my Dreams 7 US 7 40-inch circular needles on the end. Love these needles. I've got to get me some more. And I need to get some 24 inches because I'm going to be making some more handbrake cows too. My socks have gotten nothing. This is another thing about I'm stuck on the heel. I said I wanted to try a different heel. And I want to try the tomato heel. But you have to buy a pattern and their book for it is like $20. And so I'm stuck on the heel. But if nothing else, I'll just do another Fish Lips Kiss heel. Also, okay, new project. Like I said, I'm not going to show you the socks because I haven't touched them since last week. Or very little. Okay, here's the new project in my Joanne Springs Knit Spin Farm bag. Ted's son's girlfriend, Christopher's mother, asked me if I would knit her a sweater that she could have at her office this summer. So I found this pattern. It's from Lion Brand Yarns. It's also on Ravelry. Very cute little pattern. She wanted gray, so we got gray. And it's a free pattern on Lion Brand Yarns. And it's also, pretty sure it's on Ravelry, but the pattern number is if you can see it, pattern number L10199. So you can look that up on the Lion Brand. It's a very cute and simple raglan cardi. So I started it Saturday. This is how much I've gotten done. So here's the back. It's going to be a small because she's a small girl. And the pattern, you can't really see, but the pattern just has short sleeves. but she kind of wants like down below the elbow. So I'm going, and the pattern has you knit the sleeves flat and seam them. I'm not going to do that. I'm not a very good seamer, so I'm just going to, pick up the stitches, join in the round, and knit, do some. So I think I have like maybe 4 more repeats before I separate for the sleeve. But this is a fast knit, and I really want one of these too. So I'll probably be making one for me too. But isn't that pretty? Very nice heather gray. Simple cardie. You'll pick up stitches along here to finish, but there we go. Started a sweater. I'm on the first skein, of my Caron Simply Soft. And this color, the yarn is pretty nice worsted. So it's knitting up very well. So we shall see. And that is all of my knitting works in progress. But talking about spinning, I got hankering for practicing more. So I started this 2-ounce ball of, this is I'm trying to get it's the Clonforce Roving from Knit Spin Farms. Just started it. I guess Tuesday evening I started it, but it's just barely got started. So that is the spinning. This stuff is so pretty, so beautifully white. This is still attached to the wheel over here. It spins up stark white. It's gorgeous. And I recommend, I have only been spinning on the wheel since June of last year. I am enjoying it. I have spun some really pretty stuff and some not so great stuff. I'm very proud of this. This spun so nice. There are a few bumps of thicker, but mostly it's real thin, as you can tell, and nice. I'm so proud of this. My hand spun. Okay, you're full of yourself, Doris. So that's all of the spinning and such. So let me put this back in here. For Pinterest this week, I found, and I'm probably the last one to the party. You guys probably have already seen it, but I'm just going to show it because these are some awesome stuff. Awesome bags. And I think that you guys probably all know about these bags because I'm just new to this whole knitting society. Susan B. Anderson recommended, she says, I love my bento bags and I think you might too. Bento bags. Oh my goodness. Links to the shop. Look at that. Oh God, come on now. Don't do me this way. These are some cool bags. Look at that. And you can just tie them up. You tie them up, and then this lady's got them tied up, carrying it like that. But let me show you this picture because look at all that room. These are some cool looking bags. I think they would be an awesome addition to my project bags. So cool. Bento bags. They range from $16 to $24, so they're pretty reasonably priced. It's from Fringe Supply Company. Nice things for makers. So The links are in the show notes on the Pinterest. You can go in and look at it yourself. I may have to purchase one. And last but not least, my stumble this week is 10 quotes to inspire you to do great things. And it's by John Weber. Okay, so we're back. I had to look it up. I'm so upset. I thought I had it. Another stumble fell, but I found it. 10 quotes to inspire you to do great things. And I'm just going to read them. There is a link in the show notes. You live only one life, but if you do it right, once is enough. And that's by Mae West. You can't climb the ladder of success with your hands in your pocket. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Number 3, life is either daring adventure or nothing at all. Life is either daring adventure or nothing at all. Number 4, I don't count my sit-ups. I only start counting when they start hurting because they're the ones that count. Muhammad Ali. Number 5, buy the ticket, take the ride. By Hunter S. Thompson. Number 6, do one thing that scares you every day. By Eleanor Roosevelt. Number 7, a ship is safe in the harbor, but that's not what ships are for. William Shedd. Number 8, in the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. Abraham Lincoln. Number 9, action expresses priorities. By Gandhi. And the final one who makes no mistakes makes nothing at all. Casanova, Giacomo Casanova. So, like I said, links in the show notes. You can, look at these. Very good. Sorry for the little mishap, but hopefully it'll be seamless and you guys won't know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this week. Don't forget to thumbs up, to subscribe if you haven't before. Leave me a comment. Thank you for putting up with the little crying dog in the background. Now I'm going to go feed him. Yes, Pete, we're going to go feed you, Pete. Yes. Is it time for you to eat? Okay. All right. All right, baby. Bye-bye, you guys. See you next week.